Hello, everyone. This is Imani Wisdom, and I am back for another reading from the novel The Journey of Ruthie Belle. This is the chapter, of course, you will meet Ruthie, but also where she will discover an ingenious way to break free from her demented husband. So here goes chapter 1. Tula Springs, Mississippi, 1914. I was naked, peering at the reflection through the bedroom mirror. With eyes nearly swollen shut and fresh cuts around my mouth and cheeks, I saw bruises covering my body. On my arms, trailing down my legs, a huge bite mark on my breast. I was beaten badly. Behind my reflection was a man pulling up his trousers with black suspenders dangling at his knees. His shirt was half buttoned but still wore his muddy boots. "Put your clothes on, you disgust me." With every move he made, I wanted to jump from my aching body. "Ruthie Ray," he barked. "You hear me? Put your damn clothes on and fetch me my supper." My feet wanted to move, but they felt like they were stuck. I was scared to walk to the closet. The dress I wore that morning was on the floor in a shredded pile, and my long dark hair, neatly combed in a bun, became ruffled from him dragging me to our bedroom. I peered at him through the mirror, hoping his next swig of whiskey would make him too drunk to hurt me again. An hour ago, my husband Arthur Bell came home from working as a sharecropper for Mayor Smith and stomped inside our small shack like a bully. I was on the scrub board doing the laundry. He dragged his muddy boots from the front door to the kitchen table, giving me one of those short, evil stares before reaching into the cupboard for the jar we used to save in for our pennies. I knew money was tight, and he'd been stressing where the next meal would come from. Mayor Smith kept paying him short for our fair share of the crops. We'd been making it all right, but God had been blessing us with enough food and clothes on our backs. Like any good mom and daddy, we wanted to give the best for our children. While I kept tending to the laundry, I could feel his eyes looking my way. It seemed like his stare brought a swift blast of cold air from nowhere. I know that sounds strange, and maybe it could have been my imagination, but each time he would have cut his whitish gray eyes at me, I swore it got colder by a few degrees. Though I didn't dare tell him that. I just couldn't. I was too scared. Arthur had the strangest eyes I ever seen. As long as I know him, he never told me about growing up as a colored with strange colored eyes. Sometimes when we go into town, I notice the stares from the white and colored folks. It started with whispers, and later the whispers turned into the stares. They for sure would really stare if they knew how his eyes would change from the plain gray to sparkling gray and sometimes an icy blue. And at one time his eyes were pure and white as snow. Honest. Funny, when I first met him, I thought his eyes were angel-like. One day when I worked as a maid for Mayor Smith and his wife, the mayor told me to fetch the stable boy a glass of ice-cold lemonade. I was 13, but I knew what I saw standing underneath the Mississippi sun was sight for sore eyes. Arthur had skin like mahogany wood and dark curly hair. "Care for some ice-cold lemonade?" I shyly asked him. "Don't mind if I do, ma'am," he smiled as he took the glass. As he gulped his drink, the midday light shimmered against his shirtly, sweaty chest. I've been a good Christian all my life, and I knew what I was feeling wasn't lust. It just was something about him that made my heart smile. Call me crazy, but when I first laid eyes on him, I knew he was going to be my husband. I wasn't sure if he took a liking to me until a few months later. The 19-year-old Arthur asked me to meet him by the creek next to the stables because he had something to tell me. Actually, he rather showed me than told me. That night, I got my first kiss. From then on, we courted and we later got married. Things were beautiful in the beginning until one night he came home drunk with tears. I remember asking him, "What's the matter?" And then, in the blink of an eye, he slapped me for no good reason. "What did I do?" I asked him. The more I asked him, the more he slapped me. Later during our marriage, the slaps turned into punches and the punches turned into forced sex. A person would think getting beat all the time was something I should have got used to, but I didn't. But thank Jesus, Arthur never laid a hand on our girls, Gladys, Florence, and Mattie Jean. I felt a sense of relief when the girls got home from school 'cause he never beat me in their presence. It was always at night behind our closed bedroom door or while they weren't home. With him whooping me so much, I had no one to turn to. My mom and daddy were dead. Daddy died from tuberculosis when I was 6, and Mama died from pneumonia the day after my 11th birthday. May and Mrs. Smith let me take Mama's place as their maid for 2 years before I married off. At times I wish the mayor hadn't asked me to take that lemonade to Arthur. My life would have been simpler, especially the whoopings. Have you started supper? He was still staring at the jar. No, sir, let me finish this last bit of laundry and I'll get to it. You mean you didn't start supper? His voice was loud like thunder. Arthur, I've been cleaning all morning and I had a lot of laundry to do. I'm serving soup for supper. It don't take no time to cook it. Then I guess I got him mad. His eyes clicked into a horrific rage and lunged towards me. While I held the wet linen, he raised his hand up to the afternoon light and slapped me out of the chair. Warm blood oozed from my nose, and I crawled like a helpless dog to escape from his temper. Woman, I said, get my food, he angrily snapped. Okay, please don't. Don't what, you stupid bitch? You don't do shit around here. You either supper is not done in time or the house ain't clean enough. You supposed to do what I say. I kept scooting on the rough hardwood floor still sore from his slap. He inched closer as he rambled on about what was I not doing in the house. With 3 daughters, a house to tend to, and being a dressmaker for the high society white women in town, I worked as hard as he did. But in his eyes, he didn't think so. He called me lazy, even when we doing our husband and wife things. Arthur said I was the worst he ever had. I'm bad 'cause he forced himself on me anytime he wanted to. He got me hating sex, even the word made me cringe. Trapped between the corner and him, the wall became my open door to hell. And there was no getting away from his smelling the whiskey breath on him. The scent was strong enough to burn my nostrils and water my eyes. I curled into a ball to shield from his first blow and his scent. Arthur, please, I promise get supper faster. He chuckled like an evil man, ignoring my plea. My words never meant nothing to him. Then I felt a strong hand grabbing a clump of my hair. He dragged me past the dusty fireplace into the bedroom. His muscular frame roughly topped my petite body on the bed. Slaps wasn't nothing new. He was only warming up. Well, okay, I'm going to end it right there, but I really hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you want to know more after he got warmed up, please download a copy to the book, The Journey of Ruthie Belle again. Or I have the extended version on my website, www.imaniwisdom.com. That is www.imaniwisdom.com. And thank you for listening. See you next time.